All right, good morning or afternoon or evening, whatever time it happens to be for you. I'm glad to see you back here for another one of our workouts from home. Today's session is going to be more for the lower portion of your body because the last session I focused more on upper body strength. Although, as I promised, I'm still going to make sure to do some exercises for your shoulders and rotator cuff muscles because that is essential to train those as frequently as possible. So we're going to start with your feet and balance. You can, of course, do this with a chair close by to assist, but as always, I'd ask that you don't lean on the chair or put weight into the chair, but rather you simply touch it and hold on to it as a security in case you need it, and that you work for your own balance as much as possible. So we're going to start with an alternating heel and toe raise. So that means my left heel will raise up at the same time as my right ball and toe of that foot will raise up. And then I'm going to alternate that so that it's then my right heel and the ball of my left foot. So it should look like this from the side. I'll stagger my feet. You don't have to stagger your feet. And in fact, I'd prefer if you didn't. I'm just doing this so you can see both feet at the same time in profile. So we're going to do this action in a multiple of, let's make it a nice easy 5 since it's the first one for the day. We'll start at 0. I count 1 rep for each foot alternating. That's 5 right there. That's 10. Just keep that up. 15. Try your best to coordinate. 20 if you're not good at it at first or you struggle with it at first. 25. Hey, that's okay. That's why we're all here. 30. That's why I'm giving these exercises. 35. 40. 45. Sorry. 50. And then back from 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and 0. Great. Go ahead. Shake the right leg out, shake the left leg out, and then grab your rubber band. So once again, I promised you we'd be doing some work for our rotator cuff muscles. I'd like for you to step onto the band with one foot and then hold on to the other end of the band with the other foot. There should already be a little bit of tension in the band, just a little bit. So as you can see how I'm holding my elbow, I'm going to raise my elbow up so that it's just below the line of the shoulder, not in line, not above. I'm trying to make this as comfortable a movement as possible for you. So, I'm stepping on the band with the same foot as the hand that I'm holding the band in. And what I do after I raise my elbow up, I simply rotate the forearm back. So I have resistance pulling my hand down into what's called internal rotation. I'm fighting that resistance by pulling the elbow back. We're going to do this so you can see in the profile. We're going to do this in a multiple of 6, and we're going to start from 0, 6, 12, keep the shoulder pulled down if you can, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, if it's too hard, just loosen up the band a little bit, 48, 54, and 60. Believe it or not, that's enough for that one side. So let's go ahead, switch up our position, change hands, and we're going to start back from 60 with the next hand. 54, 48, 42, 36, 30, 24, 18, 12, 6, and 0. You can go ahead and put that band away for the time being and make sure that you're standing close to a chair. Again, that chair is there just in case you need it, so you can touch it, but try not to lean on it. We're going to stand on one foot, pick a foot, and we're going to do a triple tap. So I'm going to tap in front of my other foot, I'm going to tap out to the side, and then I'm going to tap behind. So I'm doing almost like this circular action in 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. And after I've done the third point, I go back to my initial position and repeat. We're going to do that 10 times per side, counting in a multiple of 4, starting from 1, 4. Now, if you really need it, the chair is there for you. 8. The point is to use it only as much as you need it and no more. 12. And by the way, just so you know, 16, it's not this moving leg that we're working. It's not that hip. 20, it's the standing leg, the supporting leg. 24. 28. 32, and you're probably feeling that by now. 36. And 40. Now, we're going to count backwards from 40 on the other leg, but a little note, whenever we do these exercises where you're standing on one leg, you'll get even more benefit out of it if you can introduce a slight flex in the hip and a slight flex in the knee. And I only mean a very slight flex. In other words, we don't lock out the joints, we flex them so that the muscles that flex and extend those joints then have to work to support us even more while we're running through the movement. So we switch legs now. We're going to count back from 40, 36, 32, 28, 24, 20, 16. If you're wondering why I have my hands in my pockets, 12. It's because it's yet another very warm day. 8, and I've got my AC on. I'm kind of cold right now. 4, and that would make 0. So, we're going to move on. That was unilateral work for your legs. Now we want to go and put in an exercise that has you work both legs at the same time. There's nothing better for that than a squat. You can squat in and out of a chair. Today I'm going to demonstrate against the wall, so just step about a foot away from the wall. The closer you are to the wall, the easier. The further away from the wall, the harder. We're going to reach forward with our arms, push the bum back, sit down as low as we can go, or until you need to grab the support from the wall, and then press yourself back up. I conceptualize this movement very much as a push back of the butt, and then a push forward of the hips. Not a fold forward, and not just a knee bend. All right, so we're going to do this in a multiple of 11. Nice easy 11 starting from 0. Keep those arms out in front of you as a counterbalance. 11, 22, 33. Look at my knees. I keep them out. 44. It's very common to see those knees come in like this. 55. That's a big no-no. It's a red flag. Open them up. Where were we? 55? 66. We've got to protect our knees, and we've got to force those thighs open to work our glutes, which then give us even more support for our knees. That's 77, 88, 99, 110. We're not done yet. Let's count back from 110. Extra squats today. Now, if you're getting tired, just do half squats. 99 or quarter squats. 88. At this point, whatever you can manage. 77, 66, 55, 44, 33, 22, 11, and the last one, 0. Let's have a seat. Make sure that you've got a couple of balls with you or a couple of pillows, small pillows with you. I'm going to use my lacrosse ball, and I happen to have a little mini speaker. I forgot to bring a ball with me for this session, so I'm going to use this mini speaker. Doesn't need, as I said, to be a special implement. I want to work your quadriceps, and I want to work the muscles, the other muscles that help you flex your hips. So we're going to take one of those balls and place it in between our thighs like this. So I've got one in between my thighs above the knee. And then I'm going to place the other one in between my feet here. So I hope you can see that. I've got the other ball in between my feet. I'm going to have to squeeze my legs in from the bottom and from the top to make sure that they don't drop. Now I'm going to grab the sides of my chair. I'm going to extend my legs. I'm going to squeeze, 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 and then drop. When I drop, if you need to rest, rest, but I'm just going to touch my heels and then raise up again. We are going to do this in a multiple, actually not a multiple, we're going to spell this word that's just appeared overhead. That's, well, two words actually, strong hips, which is really exactly what this exercise is about. So we're going to start straightening those legs out for S. And I'm going to do this in profile for you. T. R. Whew. Oh, the further back you sit in the chair, the more support you have underneath your thighs, the easier it gets. N. So you can adjust this as well for your own needs. G. H. Notice how I hold it a little bit at the top to give myself extra time. I, to squeeze my quadriceps, the front of my thighs. P, so I can get more out of this exercise. It also makes the exercise take longer. S. So more time under tension, more muscular development. We're going to spell that backwards, S, but we're going to pick up the pace now. P, I, it's my little gift to you today. H, G, N, O, R, P, oh, one more. S. Excellent. I'm certain you're going to be relieved to put those away. So let's go ahead and get rid of the ball and whatever other implement pillow you were using. I want to do a stretch for your hamstrings. We're going to make this a nice quick one today. So stretch out one leg. While you're sitting down, tuck the toe in. We're going to rest our elbow on our supporting thigh. And then we're going to take our free hand and just lean forward and slide it down the leg until you feel like you're at a point where you're getting in a good enough stretch. And what I'm going to have you do is take 2 breaths in, deeply, filling up the belly, expanding out the belly, and then breathe out. And then one more time, deep breath in, and out. We're going to alternate today. So we're going to stretch out that right leg, tuck the toe in and repeat. Take two breaths in for 1, 2, and then switch again. Stretch out that left leg, rest your elbow, lean forwards. Enjoy that great stretch from the calf, past the knee, up the glute into the low back, and switch. 2 more deep breaths. These are the last ones. Hold on to it. And then release. We can stand up. Leave that ball one more time. And today it's going to be a bouncing. Last time we were doing catching. Although last time, if you recall, I was having you make an attempt to catch, to throw in. No, you know we're going to throw today and not bounce because I believe last time was the bouncing. But last time it was bounce and catch in the same hand. So I'd like for you to throw and catch in the same hand today as well. And since we were working on that athletic staggered stance, I want you to do that here. So 1, slight staggered stance. 2, slight flex in the hip and the knees. That lets you react better. It really gives you better balance also. Locked out joints mean poor balance. Flex joints mean better balance. More work, but better balance. So what we're going to do is pick a hand, doesn't matter which one. We're going to throw that ball up and try to catch it in the same hand. Now, if you have a lot of trouble with that, try to make it just a little toss. Get comfortable with that. And as you get better, you can throw higher and higher up. We're going to count in a multiple of 12 for today's throws, starting at 0, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120. Now let's switch our stance. Switch the hands that you were throwing it in and count back from 112, 108, 96, 84, 72, 60, 48, 36, 24, 12, and 0. That is all for today, everyone. We're going to come back to the next session, and it's going to be a little mix of everything. So I did lower body, I've done upper body, and then we're going to do a full body. Until I see you again, I want to remind you, drink more water. Drink lots and lots and lots of it. It's so easy to get dehydrated. You're going to have muscle cramps. You're not going to sleep as well. Your muscles are going to be more sore. You're going to be more prone to injury. You're not going to digest your food as well. You're going to have digestive issues. It is so important to do that very simple thing. Drink lots of water. Drink it on a regular basis. Always stay hydrated. And in addition to that, please stay active, stay healthy, and stay safe. I'll see you next time.